I just felt real disrespected that he had brought some people down to even think about doing something to me. And my girl was out there, his girl was out there. But it was like some fights you just don't even be proud of.
All right, now apparently we have Dame Dash responding to the viral video of Jim Jones pulling up on him with all the goons ready to shoot the fade, but they said Jim Jones, he ain't want no smoke. So let's see what Dame had to say about this. Like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
Because the next time we come here,
I'm gonna still be chilling. You know what I'm saying?
That's that hustler spirit.
But that was old with him and what's his name? There's no beef, right? That's just old, yeah.
I mean, put it like this. When that happened, we all had it on tape a long time ago, but collectively, it just seemed embarrassing for Harlem. And, for me, family, if we truly are family, should be kept, families fight, but the rest of the world don't need to see that. I didn't think, it didn't look like it went in his favor in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But, I just felt real disrespected that he had brought some people down to even think about doing something to me. And my girl was out there, his girl was out there. But it was like some fights you just don't even be proud of. It's like being your child. So you don't be like, yo, I just spanked my kid. I'm not saying he's my child, but I know him young, and it's like to see that version of him is a lot different. Like I said, his name was Jomo before Jim Jones. He became Jim Jones, but I know Jomo. So I'm not saying that's soft or whatever, but I know that version could not beat me. You know what I'm saying? And or at least I had to see. But either way, as a man, somebody comes to your establishment, it'd be like someone coming in here. Was the reason why when I had a barbershop, I would feel any kind of violation in the barbershop was a violation to me. Like, this is my spot, you gotta take that up. And if you did something like rob somebody in my spot, now I got to come see you. And that type of stuff would happen. So I'm like, man, I get in so much trouble when I'm outside because I feel like I'd rather go out on my shield and get beat up. I have to get beat up before, especially if it ain't no guns or nothing, before I'm gonna just let somebody straight disrespect me. Or like if somebody goes stick them up, pause, like that, I gotta see the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like show me the gun. I'll give it to you, but just show me.
I'm gonna give it to you.
But just show me a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna give you.
Don't bluff me. But what he said, it was in his establishment. That just like somebody come to your house.
Well, it was a misunderstanding between Chrissy and my girl about Lady Vampire, and it was something that happened the way they spoke to each other. But Chrissy came down first, and we had resolved it because I know Chrissy. I've known her for years, way before Jim, and then he pulled up because he called me, and I kind of like hung up on him because he was popping it. And he was like, "I'm coming to see you." I was like, "I'll be over there." And I didn't really believe that he could ever disrespect me and bring some other people to come hurt me. I couldn't believe that. It'd be like me telling somebody to punch my uncle in the face. You know what I mean? If I got a problem with my uncle, then I just gotta fight my uncle. But I ain't gonna never have no stranger, no one I don't know do that. And I just couldn't believe, because he was like, yo, punch him in his face. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. But to me, it was just like, I couldn't believe, like, you're gonna send some people to get into a stupid problem over nothing, and it might affect their life forever. Because I know if something happened to me, there's a lot of people that love me. It ain't gonna be, it's things that become beyond your control. But also, I'm not gonna be able to wear that. It's gonna fuck with me for the rest of my life. Like, humbling me would be something I'd have to go get therapy for. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got punked and punched. That's why I whacked with Charlemagne and all of them, and when Fredo got punched in the face, I'm like, how do you get punched in the face and not swing back? How do your body let that happen? Like, my body won't do that. Like, I just will be like, you know what I mean? I won't be able to control it. You know what I mean? It's like boom, boom. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even like, did you just, it's defend yourself and go ahead. Deal with that shit later. You don't run. Like I said, somebody got the drop on you. It is what it is. Then you want to live. But if it's 2 or 3,
but we got to see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not even running. I'm just like, yeah, you got it. You got me. Hope it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? I hope somebody catches you wearing it or whatever. I'll see it in the pawn shop. You know what I mean? And that's happened with friends of mine, got their jewelry, and then I see it and be like, yo, give me that, man. Out the store, unless you tell me you gave it to you. You know what I mean? But it always pops back up. Yeah. So I ain't dying over no physical things. I'm definitely not trying to kill none of my brothers, because that's the test. And that's what they want to see.
All right, now I feel like Dame has spoke about this incident or certain incidents that had to do with Dipset members, where he said the same thing I heard him say here, which is, you know, why would these guys want to do something to their OG? He said it in the video as well. I remember a certain part where he said, you know, the guys would be ashamed of you. And Chrissy was like, no, they not. No, they not. But she was also trying to break it up. But you can tell that was Dame's sentiment back then. He was thinking to himself, you know, I should be your OG, Jim Jones. Why would you be down here with guys trying to do something to me? And you can tell Dame feels like, hey, I raised this guy, or I've known him since he was young. I've done things for you in your career. Why are you trying to, you know, scrap and fight with me? And a lot of people are giving Dame the credit for saying, hey, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. He took off his shirt. It looked like he wanted to shoot the fade. And a lot of people feel like Jim Jones was backing out of the fade and didn't want to scrap. But to me, that should be obvious because he came down there with all of them people. So usually when you come down there with a whole bunch of people, you don't want to fight nobody yourself. You want to let the Goonies do it for you. And to me, that was the situation. It was good to get some clarity on how the situation started. He said it started between, Dame says it started between Jim's girl Chrissy and his girl, and I guess Chrissy or Jim didn't like the way that Dame's girl was talking to Chrissy. I will say this, and I don't know if Dame was messing with a white girl, because I remember seeing a white girl in that footage as well, but multiple sources have said when Dame was dating certain women or when he was running Roc-A-Fella, he would have Caucasian women in power, you know, white girls who was kind of doing his bidding for him. And a lot of people will say they didn't like how those girls would talk to them, right? And you got to think about it, it's Dame Dash. So remember how he was talking to people in those Roc-A-Fella meetings. Imagine if now he got a little white girl working for him and she talking to you like that. And you like, hold on, you not Dame. You can't talk to me crazy. But from what I've heard, Dame Dash would put Caucasian women in power and they would be talking crazy. Or just imagine if a girl is dating Dame, she probably feels like, you know, I can be a little Dame, or she's being influenced by Dame. She watching Dame talk to these people a certain type of way. So now she thinks she can talk to people a certain type of way because she's backed by Dame, or she got Dame in the background. Like, Dame is the boss, so I can talk to you crazy if I want to. And maybe that was the situation. And Jim and Chrissy wasn't too happy with that. But at the same time, you know, Chrissy was trying to break up the fight. So then you wonder, you know, what was going on with that? And if Chrissy went back and told Jim, and she might have been almost the reason that the situation was happening, maybe she was like, you know, I didn't want it to go this far. You know, I ain't want y'all to be in the streets fighting about it or nothing like that. She probably was just upset with Dame's girl, and then Jim might have been on one, I don't know, and he pulled up and we got the video. Now, obviously, y'all know it's an old video. From what I hear, it took place in 2004, 2005-ish. Everybody's wondering who leaked it. Freekey Zeeky, from what I know, leaked it. I saw him on a couple of videos talking about the situation, and I think he was the one who showed the footage, but we'll see what else comes from this. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.